This is question number 17 on the higher June 2013 non-calculator paper. This question here, it's strange that it's on a calculator paper because you really do not need a calculator for this. The question says, some girls did a sponsored swim to raise money for charity. The table shows information about the amounts of money the girls raised. So you have the least amount, the greatest amount, the median, the lower quartile, and the upper quartile. And you're given these values. On the grid below, draw a box plot for this information. Now, one of the things you should know and be familiar with, and if you're not sure, just do a little sketch on the side, of the 5 elements in a box plot. So that's the lowest value, that's the biggest value. On this side here we have the lower quartile, and then on the other end we have the upper quartile, and in the middle we have the median. And these are all the numbers that have been given in this question, so I'm going to draw all 5 of these lines. So the least amount is going to be here at 10. Then the greatest amount is at 45. The median value is at 25. The lower quartile is at 16, so that's 15, and 1 up is 16. It is important to be quite precise and accurate when you're doing this. And the upper quartile is at 42. So I'm going to draw the box around from the lower quartile to the upper quartile. And there it is. There's my box plot. That's enough. I could have made the box narrower. No big difference there, but that is enough to get full marks, the full 2 marks for that part of the question. Let's look at part B. Okay, for part B, it says some boys also did a sponsored swim. So some boys also did a sponsored swim. The box plot shows the information about the amounts of money boys raised. Okay, remember this one here was for the amount of money that girls raised, and this one here is for the amount of money that boys raised. And the question says compare the amounts of money girls raised with the amount of money boys raised. So they want us to make a comparison of box plots, and this should be a pretty standard and straightforward question to respond to. When you're comparing box plots, you just need to compare the medians. So I could see the girls' median is lower than the boys' median. The girls' median was 25. The boys' median here is 32. And I'll use those numbers in my response. Right, so I could say the boys' median is bigger than the girls' median. Boys' median is 32. The girls' median is 25. What I could also comment on is the interquartile range. Interquartile range is the upper quartile, take away the lower quartile. And in this case, the upper quartile is 40. And the lower quartile is 60. Sorry, the upper quartile is 42. The lower quartile is 16. 42 take away 16, just to be sure. 26. And in the case of this one, the interquartile range is the upper quartile, which is 40. And the lower quartile here, which is 18. So I've got 40 take away 18 is 22. I can see that. So the interquartile range for the girls is greater than the interquartile range for boys. And I'll effectively just need to write that in to the answer space. So that's what I'm going to do in this space here. So I am comparing the diagrams. If I zoom out so that both are visible. Okay, so what I'm going to say is the boys' median, 32, is greater than the girls' median, and the boys' interquartile range we worked out to be 22, and the girls' one was 26, so the boys' one is less than. Which is 26. Okay, it's important in a question like this to put the values in, because you're showing the examiner that you've been able to work it out. You're going to get 1 mark for comparing them, and the comparison is that one is greater than the other, or one is less than the other. This is an ideal, or so a perfect answer to this, and this is sufficient to get full marks in that part of the question. Make sure you understand it, and make sure you are able to do it yourself.